What's going on, everyone? MCOC Doc here, and today I want to talk about an absolute beast and personal favorite of mine recently, Gladiator Hulk Ragnarok. He is honestly an absolute beast. He has just the right amount of utility that a lot of science champions have and debuffs, but he also has some of that damage ability that a lot of champions like Hulk tend to have. And it does ramp up. He does require a pretty aggressive playstyle, but some of that utility that he also has is also very accessible without being aggressive. So let's talk about his abilities today. I have an R4 5-star. Love him. Duped him twice actually, and I've put a couple 6 stones into him. So let's get into it. Alright, so basic attributes: low critical rating, low critical damage rating. His health pool is pretty big, but it's not the biggest that I have for Science R4. It's my 6-star cap, which is, even if he was like only a couple percent bigger, it's still better health pool than Hulk Ragnarok, so it's not what you expect. However, he is an XL champion, which means stuff like Variant 2 will go down very easily to him. Pretty good armor rating as well, and average block efficiency. I'll talk about his synergies in a second. Let's go into his basic abilities. His dupe ability is not necessary. It adds a little bit of utility to him and helps his damage as well. So once per fight, when either Hulk or his opponent hits 20% health, so this can only happen once per fight, even if you both hit 20% health during the same fight. So the crowd judges the fighter's performance. If they feel they fought well enough, they can do thumbs up or thumbs down. So each one of these gives you different abilities. Again, only once per fight. You will either thumbs up, regenerate 3,500 health. So getting more sig abilities into him gets more health. Thumbs down, it's about a 50% attack boost off his base attack. I'm running glass cannon, so it doesn't look like it, but it's 50% attack for the rest of the fight, which can be really helpful. So in my experience, it's pretty much a 50-50. I do tend to see thumbs down a little bit more often. I do tend to see that attack more often, but it is still 50-50 as far as I'm aware. But there's really no indicator for what it is. Alright, so passive abilities: poison immunity. That is the first part of his utility. Poison immunity is pretty helpful. Poison path and AQ. And another one of his utilities is even better for AQ. Specific note I'll talk about in a minute. Adoration of the Masses is how his attack ramps up. So this is his crowd meter, and it goes from 0 to 100. So crowd excitement is increased by 5% for every time they land, every time either Hulk or his opponent land a hit, and 10 for every special attack, whether or not it hits. Crowd excitement falls off constantly, and it falls fast the more excited it is. And once you reach 100, it'll actually lock. So you'll get a passive increase for attack up to, again, just under 50% based on this crowd excitement. And when it's locked, all of the attacks smash. Talk about that in a second. And it's locked for 7 seconds, then resets to 70%. And he gets a big buff with his SP2 by having it at 100%. So smash attacks are really interesting. Every attack has a 5% chance to smash, and smash is unstoppable. Again, that same 9/11 attack boost. And you get every 15 seconds. You can also trigger this, and it's great. One of the things you'll notice if you ever fought him on defense, that if you use a special attack while smashing, at the very end of it, you won't actually be able to use that as an opportunity to attack because he's still unstoppable. So this can be really helpful. You get that short burst of unstoppable. It can help. I've had it save me a couple times from getting killed. It's really helpful. Heavy attack, if it smashes, you get a 1400. It's about a 75% attack boost, and it increases crowd excitement by 15% on top of the 2 hits it would do. So that'd be a 25% crowd excitement increase. Face Me is his biggest utility. So when Hulk becomes enraged under the effects of a cowardly passive damage over time effect, these aren't that common, but you really notice them when they are. So for example, Neurotoxin is a passive damage over time. Mephisto's Incinerate, passive damage over time. Starburst is the node in Act 6, and that is a passive damage over time. So during these effects, Hulk gains a 100% attack boost. he has a passive taunt on the opponent for 70% chance, and he will instantly regenerate 70% of the damage taken, which means he is taking only 30% damage. He has a 100% attack increase and a 70% taunt. Absolutely insane. Really helpful. Passive damage over time effects aren't super common. Another one I can think of is Dormammu. His degeneration is passive damage over time, and Magic's Limbo is passive damage over time. But those really aren't super common. It's really helpful though to have, and obviously against nodes like Starburst, you're absolutely going to shred through them. Nodes like Bane don't kind of count, so sometimes it's a little bit weird in what counts and what doesn't, but it is an incredibly helpful utility to have. Special attack 100% chance for heal block for 10 seconds. Really helpful, long heal block, and you also have a 80% chance to stun if crowd excitement is less than 100%. So this is really good if you're not playing aggressive. It gives you a little bit more chance to play aggressive when you get that stun. 10-second heal block is long enough to chain them together. It's really good. SP2, 100% has to enervate the target, so it's preventing them from gaining power when struck. So power gain effects still work, but they won't gain any power from Hulk hitting them or from hitting into the block. For 5 seconds isn't great, but it can be kind of helpful if you just want to be really aggressive. That's how I tend to use it. 100% chance to stun if crowd excitement is 100. So what I personally tend to do is I'll get it like 90, 80, 90%. It's 4 hits, so that's a 40% crowd excitement increase, plus the 10 you get at the very beginning of the special. So that's 30% total. But it's going to fall off in between there, so I used it around like 80%. So you get that 10, you get the 10 from each, 10, 20 from each hit, whatever. So you get the stun, 100% chance, because the crowd excitement is now at 100, and you get the enervate, and you can land 8 hits. So I usually do medium, light, medium, and then a full 5-hit combo. And they're enervated the whole time, so any power that they gained, as long as they're below 2 bars of power, or as long as they're below 3 after the SP2 ends up hitting, because that enervate isn't the last hit, it's gonna be really good. You're gonna have them locked. You're gonna be able to play really aggressive while crowd excitement is at 100%. You're gonna be doing a lot of damage. Finally, SP3. Attack smash, big attack boost as well, and crowd excitement immediately goes to 100, so it can be really helpful if you're not able to play aggressive. So like I said, his crowd excitement really wants you to play aggressive, but stuff like his heal block allows you to play passive while still getting a good boost from it. So let's hop into some... Actually, first off, I'm going to talk about synergies before I forget. So his synergies aren't at all necessary. I personally don't use them that often, but they're pretty nice buffs. So smash attacks have a 20% chance to be unblockable with Hulk Ragnarok, with Thor Ragnarok. So one of the things you'll notice when you're playing him is that if you have that 15 second queue up for that smash attack, you will notice that the ability appears on the screen before it happens, so that you can know when the next hit will be smash. That's how you can use your heavy attack with it and your SP3. It won't show up if you have that 5% chance to hit though. So you won't really know, but that 15 seconds is helpful to know when that's going to happen. So you have 20% chance of being blockable, and if you use on the heavy or SP3, a lot of damage. Alright, Lullaby, when struck, he has a 20% chance to be ready a smash for his next attack. Not super great, because obviously you don't want to be getting hit. But if you do get hit, then let's say you get hit on a smash attack from before, you're going to be able to just become unstoppable again, and hopefully take only a little bit of damage, and just keep hitting through them. Great one paired with Thor Ragnarok, because you get that unblockable as well. His chance to smash on all attacks increases by 400% with Hela. Really helpful, actually, because a lot of times when you have Face Me active, because you're still taking 30% damage, you want to be playing aggressive as possible. So just being able to smash out a lot of attacks, get a lot of extra damage, you're just going to finish fights really quickly with that smash bonus, with the Face Me attack bonus as well. Finally, with Loki, just a big physical resistance while unstoppable, so not great, but again, if you're taking hits, if you're missing specials during a smash and the opponent tries to come after you, you're going to have that unstoppable. You're going to be able to back out or just go into a combo when they try to hit you. So it can be pretty helpful, but not at all necessary. But so let's hop into some gameplay now. Okay, so now we're going to hop into some gameplay here, and I'm going to show a couple of duels first with no synergies with my R5. I'm going to do one against Starburst, and then I'm going to do a couple more fights after that in an actual quest with maximal synergies. So first off, you see, every time her Limbo activates, we get Face Me. We're regenning 70% of that, and we're doing a ton more damage to boot. Next up, Mephisto. I guess this is an R4 5-star, so we're kind of like cutting through these maxed 5-stars, but it's just to show off Face Me activating. I got the stun off there. I get to use the heal block to stop any of his regeneration. Great utility that he has, and we just cut right through him. Face Me activated the whole time against his Incinerates. Next up, one I did not talk about before that Face Me will activate against is Omega Red. It will activate twice for Omega Red, both when you have all 10 Death Spores and also when his Death Field is active. This allows you to play really aggressive. I had a fight against him in Alliance War with Close Encounters, which I absolutely loved. I did it with a Gulk, and I ended on 100% health because I did exactly what I do here. I get Face Me activated the whole time from Death Field and that, and now he's at 1%. I have that regen. I'm just going to back out, kind of show how good that can be, and I'm just going to have at the very end. I ended on 100% health. Very few champions can do that against Omega Red. We just healed up the whole time, extra attack bonus. It's great. Next up, I'm going to show against Starburst. First thing you see, Face Me activates immediately. This is a 110 4-star unduped, so I'm not going to get that bonus at 20% health for either of us, against a Act 4, Chapter 3, Quest 1, Rocket Raccoon. So this is the Starburst quest. He is, in my opinion, the best for it. Although I'm not playing too well here, he is just absolutely cutting through Rocket. It may not seem like it, but Rocket is really a lot more powerful than he is. Quick resist there is a little cheeky. I just keep getting hit by specials, but you see I'm healing from the hits of the specials because of Face Me as well. So it's really great to have Face Me active all the time. Starburst is common in map 6 along with Poison Nodes, so he's really helpful for those. Okay, now we're running full synergies, and we're in the last chapter of Uncollected this month. So Mysterio's final boss. I'm not going to get to Mysterio, but I'm going to get through the rest of the quest. I'm trying to switch Nightcrawler. He is not backing up, so I just kind of got to play it normally. I'm getting hit a lot here. Hulk Ragnarok does not have any bonus while he is low health, other than unless you or the opponent 20% health. I think that's not as helpful as regular Hulk. The synergy there gets us the indestructible below 20% health, but that's why playing aggressive is kind of important to him. Just absolutely crushed Nightcrawler there. That's a 70k health opponent. I think that did like 20,000. I didn't even have that high crowd excitement, or I didn't get it on Smash, but I think he definitely, although you have to play aggressive with him, he has bonuses that you can use even when not aggressive, like that SP1 heal block. And we still hit him for 6,700. Having a little bit of a low health buffer would be nice, a little bit of increase there, but I think he really is a fantastic champion. He makes up for it in utility, especially that Face Me passive is amazing. Running full synergies here, you'll see it helped me a couple different times with smash attacks, with unblockables, and that kind of stuff. Particularly with that unstoppable that the Thor Ragnarok synergy gives to him. So one of the things you'll notice, I'm doing 4-hit combos, backing out and going right back in. That's just another way to play aggressive. You can see I got a full 8 hits off of that, just a 2-second stun there. I'm just doing 3 hits, backing out, and again, another 5-hit combo. Getting that heal block on, it lasts forever, because now I can play slightly aggressive, get him below 15% health, and get him to stop his regen on my heal block, and we're healing ourselves. Because we got him below 20% health, that very nice bonus from his SIG ability just healed us up 15%, back up to 31%. So we'll keep going here. I do just barely not make it through. I just have to use one revive, 120% a little bit later on. Again, Indestructible saves us there. Groot doesn't do a lot of damage, but It's a pain when you get intercepted. Thor Ragnarok, I mean, has a little bit of buffs on himself as well. I know he's been getting a lot of love recently, so comboing them, you get different classes, you get different utilities from them. It can be pretty helpful. You see I have Smash Attack. Whenever that Smash Attack, the fist icon is in gray, that means it's your next attack. That's how you know that you can use stuff like your Heavy Attack or your SP3 and get that bonus damage. Just missed that evade there, but one of the things that Hulk Ragnarok is great for is intercepting with his SP1. Because you kind of have that dash forward motion with it, I've found it really great to intercept with. It's really helpful, especially if you kind of need to get that opening. Crowd Excitement fell off very quickly there because I locked it at 100%. I didn't get the stun. Unblockable, wasn't expecting it. But he really does have a lot of stuff that makes you not have to play aggressive, but he doesn't punish you for not playing aggressive like some other champions do. He has that utility that is great whether you're playing aggressive or not. Next up, Ultron. Again, activating the indestructible every single time helps us get a couple parries off before we can get into a bar of power, and then I kind of know how to play aggressive. So I do my 4 hits, I back out, do my another 5. It's pretty much what I've been doing forever with Gladiator Hulk. I do with other champions who want to play aggressive too. It's really helpful. Smash Attack saved us there. That Unstoppable caused him to do less damage. But I do die here to an SP2. And I'll just use 20% to revive. But that's why that Smash Attack is pretty helpful. It was able to activate an Unstoppable. I got the physical resist from Loki. So I survived on 1% health and got a little bit more damage out. I popped a 20% revive and a little bit of health potions as well that I just had lying around. Now our biggest concern is obviously getting evaded by Ultron. But we're just going to smash out an SP1. Didn't have 100% crowd excitement, got that stun. Dodged one of his SP1s, and see that gray fist was ready for that smash attack. It's yellow when it activates. Ultron down. Next up, I believe, is Black Panther Civil War. So I forgot to stop the recording there. I just had to stop and start it manually. So Black Panther Civil War, we're going to have clash disadvantage, and we're not going to be able to parry him. So you can kind of see that this almost benefits Gladiator Hulk because I'm going to be doing those 4-hit combos back out another 5 more often. But we're also able to stun him off of our special attacks because that stun isn't going to get reflected. You see I use it right there. I still got the stun. I'm able to do a 7-hit combo. You can get a maximum of 8. I do have maximum extended stun duration, so most people will be able to get about 7. I can get 8 if I really go for it. That's just off of the SP3 as well. I don't try for anything off the SP2. I don't try anything off the SP1. It's just barely. I think it's like half a second shorter on his base abilities. Crowd Excitement resets, so we're not doing as much damage, but we're still absolutely cutting right through him. 5-hit combo SP1 got us from 70% up to 100%. Crowd Excitement. As long as you're hitting the opponent, you really won't notice the fall off as much. It's when you're at like 90%, 80, 90%, and then you start to have to play passive while you wait for an opponent to bait a special. That you're really going to notice the fall off, like this right there. You can see I was at 90% and I fell all the way to 80%. But we're still able to play aggressive. The Innervate helps us do that. The 7-hit combo while he's power locked the whole time. It's great. But the backup recovery obviously is going to be gaining him power. Face Me kind of helps with having to bait a special and losing crowd excitement during that because you get that 70% passive taunt as well. So it's not like Stark Spidey where you have to actually place the debuff on them so it doesn't work against the Masochism or debuff immune. That's where kind of he and She-Hulk are my preferences for abilities like that. Again, Enervate, we're still just cutting through him, doing about 3k with a great medium attack, and his damage isn't bad as long as you play aggressive. The main idea is that, and then obviously you have the utility if you can't play aggressive. So just kind of wrap up some thoughts. Hulk Ragnarok is an absolute favorite of mine now. I got him a while back. I was able to dupe him. I brought him with R4, and he has replaced Iceman on my Alliance War team with the new Season 10. Just having stuff like Omega Red, he's been great for that inverse immunity where you get the poison and then the bleed as well. He's just cutting through people like Mephisto there earlier today, and I ended up on 100% health when I fought him. just absolutely cuts through those kind of champions where if you don't like someone like Blade or someone like Quake, then he really is a great other option for kind of that really bullshit damage that a lot of champions can't avoid. He can't completely avoid it, but he uses it to his benefit. He regenerates from it, and it's really helpful. He doesn't get a lot of benefit out of willpower because those are passive debuffs, but obviously if you had like an armor break or something on you as well, then you're gonna be regenning a lot. So Hulk Ragnarok was the winner of the straw poll with 3 votes. Second place is tied between a comment on a Red Skull that has 2 likes, and also the Thing, which also has 2 votes on the straw poll. The Thing will probably have to wait because right now on my roster I need to focus on 5 stars, and I have been ranking up too many 4 stars to make videos on. So you can see I only have 320k gold. That's not a lot. I really need some more. So I'm going to be focusing on 5 stars for a little bit. The Thing will come. Hopefully soon. I'll bring him up to only up to 330 because I can't use any tier 4 science on him. I just can't. I have 0 right now, and I need to rank up She-Hulk and Wasp as 5 stars. But so next up is going to be Red Skull. After him, I also want to do that Heimdall video I talked about. No one voted for him. But I still want to do him because I really like him, and he's a really good champion that a lot of people overlook. Yet again, because that's kind of my focus here. A lot of people overlook a lot of champions. So one of the biggest things, I think the next up was Medusa was voted for once, Bishop, and a couple other champions as well. So I'll get to them as well pretty soon. So that's Hulk Ragnarok. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully the people who voted for him on the poll found this video and it is to your liking. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one. I'll see you in the next one for a video on how to use Red Skull.